Is this thing even like centered? I'm sorry if it's sideways, man. The floor of my apartment is all messed up. Anyways, man. I don't think I've ever actually said what the meaning of blank trigger is on this channel. Blank trigger is basically, it's something blank. So it's like, it could be anything. It could be a canvas, could be a feeling, could be anything. It's blank slate. And trigger is basically something that causes an effect, like something that, triggers something. So you put them together and you get basically something that starts anything. And then when you combine it together with gamers, anything can start something when playing video games. And that's kind of been the whole message and the meaning behind the channel, is basically the content, the videos, everything that we make is pretty much from stuff that's within us, trying to get that out. It could be anything, it could be nothing, it could just be random stuff. And that's what our videos have been. I know a lot of people don't like that. I know a lot of people like a formula, they like a thing. But we wanted to make stuff that we wanted to make. So that's what happened. I think we did that. I think, I want to say that we did everything that we wanted to do. But, I'm not Jared, I'm not Loyal. I can't speak for them. But what can I say for myself is that I tried to make everything that I wanted to make. I tried to bring out myself in the videos. And why I say I tried, because at first I didn't do anything like that. I kind of held back myself. And that's kind of the main thing with this, is I don't know where I'm getting with this. Basically, when BTG started, it was me and Jared, and then we bought Loyal. You know the story if you watch other videos, if you've been around. But the main thing was that a lot of the responsibility of BTG fell on me. Not because I wanted to take control, or the guys didn't want to help. It's just more, I took the initiative to try to make it more of something. I took the initiative to edit videos, to record videos, to get the equipment, to do all this stuff that I thought needed to be done to make it work. Because how my brain works is that I need to do something in a way that makes it make sense in my brain. So if I just make the videos, I need to know how to edit, I need to know how to record it, I need to know how to put it all together to make it make sense. But what ends up happening is that kind of put all the control on me and put all the work on me, and I just kind of did it. I just kind of tried to make sure that everything was being prioritized to make it work. And that's the thing, is that I didn't really think too much on pushing myself into the content. I always thought about how to push Jared, or push Loyal, or push videos that, I thought people would like, or I thought an idea. I'd listen to Jared make an idea, and then I'd be like, how can we make this go together? Me and Jared would collaborate on this stuff, but always in my head I was like, how does this present? How does this make it work? How do I do this stuff? Because I had no idea how to do any of this. Everything I've done on the channel has been self-taught. Every single thing. Everything on the channel has been self-taught. It's the merch, the business stuff, the meeting people, everything has been just a giant learning experience. And sometimes I feel like I've been a failure at it. Sometimes I feel like what I did wasn't the correct way I should have done. Like, I just kept doing mistakes and I didn't learn from it. And that's kind of been eating me up inside for a long time. And sometimes it'd kind of like, come out, and I would just not make videos. I wouldn't do anything. I would waste time because I just didn't think it was working, and I didn't think I was good enough, and I didn't think it was worth it. And then over time, because I'm just very a persistent person, I tend to come back to it because I still have that idea or still have that thing that I need to make it work. And along for the ride was Jared and Loyal, and then they didn't have as much drive as I did with this. They had passion for it, but they didn't want to like sacrifice their life, and like I never asked them to, but I felt like they just never wanted to just make BGG a super big priority. Like, they wanted to have fun with it always, and they didn't want it to make it like work or a problem. When the things happened and like the things were all coming together, they made it a priority, but it was never like, BGG is the main thing. And for me, it's been the main thing for 10 years of my life. And I always told myself that it was to make my life better, because like I wasn't doing things, like I wasn't having fun with my life, or I just felt like it was just, it just wasn't working out. So I tried and tried and tried to push BGG in a way that would make me feel fulfilled. And a lot of times I didn't get that payback. I didn't get that feeling. And it just ate at me, and it's been eating at me for a long time, because I just, like I said, I never was 100% myself. I always held back just because I didn't think like, oh, like I like, mecha, and I like all these like fighting games and all this other stuff, and we started the channel on retro game stuff and then Dark Souls stuff, and I was like, I can't branch out from that. I have to do those things, or like I have to somehow incorporate Souls or incorporate retro stuff. And then over time, I just didn't want to do it, and I didn't know how to make it work because that's not me. Like, that was either Jared, or like the Souls things was me for a good amount of time, but it just wasn't me all the time. Like, I drifted away from it, and like I loved it, but like, I have a lot of interests, and then I never thought to bring that stuff to the channel until later on, probably until like maybe in the last 5 years, maybe in the last 3 years, honestly. And like, what I'm trying to get at in this video is that this stuff ate me alive for a long time, and it bothered me, and I just let it keep kind of like going, and I just kept throwing myself to make cool stuff, or like try to push myself to like engage with the community and try to push it as like, I don't know, something fulfilling. Because that's the thing, like I said, the whole reason we made this was just to make stuff about video games and bring like some fun to it, either bringing fun to like ourselves, or like bringing fun to someone else who wanted to watch our videos or just wanted to be involved in stuff that we did. And we tried really hard. I tried really hard, and it just got to points where like I didn't even know what I was doing. I don't even know why I was doing it. And that's kind of the main thing. Like, now is just, it's at the point where I don't feel happy doing this anymore. And it's not because I don't want to make videos. It's not because I don't want to make the ideas in my head. It's that the machine... that sounds so dumb. Making videos on this platform, on YouTube, there's so much extra bullshit that you have to deal with on this place. Like, just these things. You have to do the thumbnails. You have to make sure the thumbnail's clickable. You got to make sure that the title's interesting. You got to make sure the descriptions has the right keywords. You got to make sure that you have the links connected. You got to make sure all your social medias are up to date, or you're posting stuff on all of them. You have to do shorts. You have to do this. You have to do so much to keep up with everything that's constantly changing in this fast-paced area of a freaking video like site. It's way different from like when we started in 10 years and we were just making videos. There's so much stuff and so much noise and so much everything, and that's great for everyone. Like, it's great that everyone can like find watching videos, but it just makes it harder and harder to reach people. It makes it extremely hard to reach people that even are in fans of what you like. And that's what makes it so frustrating, is that on top of the anxiety, on top of the anger, on top of the sad, like the depression, on top of feeling like you're not doing good enough, on top of feeling like you're doing too much, on top of feeling like you're extremely like a perfectionist on things. Granted, I'm not a perfectionist. I'm always like, it's good to do things good. Like, good is better, is like done is better than perfection, you know? Like, getting it, like, good is better than perfection. I don't know how the saying goes, but getting it done is better than like spending your whole lifetime on something and then you never release it. And I don't know. I'm just like, I've been rambling through this whole video. I don't even know if I'm going to like structure in a way. It's just going to be completely all over the place. But the main thing I'm getting at is that this has been stressing me out for so long. Even though there's been some good, like, there's been some high moments. I mean, like the panels that we did, you know. But then it sucked because like we got all this we got this popularity for like our convention, going to the conventions and doing the Cino gaming stuff that Jared came up with. But then our videos didn't really do it well, and we were just kind of like, we knew we had a good idea and everything, and we brought it to the table, and it worked better in a convention. But like it's like you'll think about an idea and it may not work in a certain setting, but then you just wonder if the idea isn't good at all, or if like something you do is like good. It's just, you're always questioning, second guessing, and it's just because like I put all these videos together. It's like it always makes me feel sometimes like, is the idea good but I suck? Do I make the idea bad? Do I have to go through all this stuff and then realize that I just don't, like, I can't connect the medium of the video to the idea? And so, is it my recording? Is it my editing? Is it my delivery? Is it how I'm presenting the person? It's just, there's so many things that you second guess yourself. And like, that's the thing I don't talk about in these videos, is how much you're sitting there creating an idea. Sometimes I just like wait until there's an idea so strong in my mind that it carries me through making the video process, because like that's the only way I don't feel like I messed up. And even if I do, like, it's just like, there's people that give me comments and tell me good stuff, but it's like, you're always your worst enemy. You're always the worst person, destroying the things that you make. It sucks. But I don't know. It just really gets to you, and like, you know, I don't know. I try to do so much, and I try to do interesting ideas. Just like the later on, like the channel how it is now is more how I would present myself and everything. But you might be asking, like, where's Jared and where's Loyal and all this? Is this because like it always got to a point where like I got so much control of the things. Not because, like I said, I want to control it. I don't want to control everything. I really would rather someone just do the recording, do the editing, and I just be the character, honestly. And I just be myself, where I throw the idea out there and I just do it. But I always like have to like piece it together. And so, you know, and I'm the only one with that in my head. And then also, like, I never asked Jared or Loyal to do something, you know, I asked them, like, I never asked them to do something that you know, I never wanted to put them in a I never wanted to put them in a position where they're like, you have to do this. You have to, like, this is, we're making the video. You got to do this. You need to be here. You need to do this. And you need to do that. I never wanted to be like someone's boss and stuff. Because, like, it's like we were a group. Like, and this constant, like, I'm bouncing between, I'm in control, but I don't want to, like, do everything, and all this kind of like made a lot of the things like confusing, and then we weren't consistent at all, even in like just expressing ourselves. And so, because I always was trying to make other ideas work that weren't like, they were mine, but they weren't exactly mine, if that makes sense. Well, it's like I always tried to like hope that Jared would throw out an idea that I could somehow craft together, because I can do that. I can try to work an idea that someone gives me. And it's just, it's like how it is. It's just, I put too much pressure on myself. I put too much effort into things. And some people will say, like, no, you didn't put effort at all. You have to look at this video, you know? Like, that's how I think. It's like, man, I could have done it so much better. I could have done something. And then, like, I've been doing this for, like, it's so frustrating. It's like, I didn't know if anything I did was good. We never had comments. Like, something that always bothered me on the channel was that we put out videos, but we never had comments. We just, like, we always, like, we'd have a few. We'd have, like, 1 or 2 or 3. But we never had any feedback that was like, this sucks. This is good. Like, in our early Let's Plays videos, we had a little bit, but it would always be like a minority that likes a specific thing about what we do. And I didn't know how to take it. I didn't know how to, give criticism. It got to the point where, like, some of the videos just have 0 comments. Or maybe 1 from, like, friends and family. Like, encouraging stuff. And it just made me question, like, am I reaching anybody? Am I doing something wrong? Is this good? Like, I know, like it's impressing my friends, and that's good, and I really like that. But also, like, I was hoping that it would reach other people too, not just in my immediate circle. Because I feel like when have your immediate circle, you're kind of like telling people, hey, look at this thing, and then they kind of like it. Even if they do genuinely like it, they do feel like kind of obligated because you're your friend and you're family member, so they try to hype it up, and so I was waiting for like the criticism of like the videos, but it never came. So I always felt like at that point we were very mid, and then sometimes it feels like being mid is worse than being bad or good, and it's just like my own personal like issues with it. But I'm just like, I'm telling all this stuff because, and this is very raw, it's just like, I've never done a video like this. I have done actually one on the channel when I was really depressed. And I've recently released it again, but because I hit it, because I just didn't want to have that on the channel. But there was so much like stuff. Like I hit all the videos at one point because I just didn't want us to be represented in a certain way. Because like I knew the Let's Play stuff was completely different from what we were making then. Because I was just trying to figure out like why is this, what am I doing wrong? I don't know. And then we tried streaming, and I kind of felt, and like we did so much cool stuff with streaming too, but it just ended up the same way. It ended up very much like, I don't know if what I'm doing is good or bad anymore. Like, I don't know what it is. I met a lot of great people. So many great people, man, that care about me and care about what we do. Cared about the channel. Cared about the stuff we make, man. Like, it's just, it's really hard when you can't see if you're going up or down. You don't know if you're getting closer to something or farther away. That something is just feeling like what you do makes a difference. It's not, it's like just affects someone in their life. It's like, because for me personally, that's what I wanted Blank Trigger to be about. It's to be like something that made people feel something. Either it was funny, interesting, stupid, silly, I don't know, I just feel something. And I always felt like I failed at that for a long time. And then 8 years into this, our video blew up, the Initial D video, and I didn't understand it. I honestly didn't. Like, when that video came out, it got like 60 views. Or maybe, no, when it was like 20 views. Nick commented. Nick is from 1UP. He commented on it. And he hyped me up. He thought it was great. And I just kind of felt like that was kind of back to the, friends and family thing, that hyped the stuff up. And then one day I just said, screw it, I'm changing the thumbnail, I'm changing the title, and trying this YouTube crap. And I did it, and then it worked. Like, suddenly it started getting views. And then suddenly over there, it just kept growing, and then it exploded. And I thought, like, is this how it works? And I tried to do it, and it kind of worked, but I don't know, it's just, YouTube fucking sucks, man. Like, it's great, but it just fucking sucks how much you feel like you don't know if you're doing good. It feels like you're doing something and you have no idea if you're getting anywhere. And then the bullshit with the I just woke up today, like I was at work, and then like I got an email saying like, oh, you've taken all your permissions on your second channel because you did something or you broke the terms and service and or guidelines, and I'm like, I don't know what I did. I haven't uploaded anything, and there's been no copyrights or anything, and you just don't know why. Something happened, When we got kicked out of the partner program because they put all this like restrictions and stuff, so we never even got to make a little bit of cash until recently. And then you get all that, and then you get to the main like partner program, and then you realize it's not even that great. It's like it felt like a goal. Like I was trying to get to this goal, and then when I got to the goal, I'm like, man, it's like everything got really hard now with this. I have to think so much around my videos just to make it like brand friendly, or like make sure that I don't have copyright music because I get to get any money. It's like we don't do it for the money, but like as my friend said, it's nice to feel like you're getting some kind of gain for what you're doing. All the time you spent, all the time that you're putting into this, all the time you're doing editing, all the time you're just bashing your head against a wall, wondering if you're doing things right, looking up tutorials, figuring out how to do this thing that you're just like came up with. You're like, hey, I want to try this new editing technique, or I want to record this in a certain way, or do special effects. So you have to learn this whole process to do it, just so you can make art. Like, I'm not saying our videos are really art, because they're just kind of silly and stupid on a lot of them. Just acting, that's kind of our thing, is making a joke of ourselves. But it's doing all that stuff to make it work, and it makes you feel like there's a breath of fresh air. Money doesn't always make you feel like you're just like, this is the goal, and like it's my job, because honestly that can be a crutch, that can be like a chain. You're feeling like, if I have this process that I'm dealing with right now and it was my main job, I don't even know where my mental state would be. I would be losing my goddamn mind. But money's nice to just be like, okay, maybe we can spend money on equipment. Like, I didn't have to use my money that I'm getting from my job, I can use that. And honestly, from our Twitch streams, all the people that support us and gave us money, that's where it came from. And we tried to do the Twitch thing. Me and Jared streamed like a whole year, every single weekend. We tried to do, like, we did different games, we did this, and we tried to be likable, like, not even likable. We just tried to be ourselves on screen. And then, I don't know, maybe you have to be a character on YouTube. Maybe you have to be someone that you're not. Like, it's so weird. like how YouTube works. It doesn't make sense. Do the things that you should do or you expect to do, and you get nothing. In fact, I'm not even asking for like 100,000 views like every freaking video or something like ridiculous like that. I'm just talking about like sometimes you put out a video and may get like 20, while another one gets 1,000, another one gets 50, and it's like, oh, you put the wrong thumbnail and the wrong title for like 5 seconds. You released it at the wrong time for 5 seconds, and then now it's gonna just bury it. And then you're just like, why am I doing this? It's like I make these things like when it used to be this way where I could put out a video and then people would just see it randomly and watch it. Now it's like so like boxed in with categories and things you have to specifically do. It's like playing a freaking video game on the hardest difficulty and there's like specific setups you have to do, but then it's like a roguelike, so it's randomized and you're like, what the hell? I don't know what the hell the game wants. And so that's what it is. It's like you're playing a game and it's not fun. It's not a fun game. It's not a fun game, and it's endless. And it's a gotcha. I don't know. It just sucks. I don't know where I'm going with this. Like I just wanted to like really get this out there because I'm quitting this stuff because not because I don't care about everybody. Not that I like I don't want to do it with Jared and Loyal. Not that I don't want to like make videos or anything. It's just I can't deal with this level of stress anymore. Man, I even like my health got bad. My caring about myself got bad because I just kept like really like I dreading that like every weekend I gotta make a video because I have to keep this going. I have to do this thing. I have to think of an idea. I have to push it out. Even if my ideas are like it's something I really want to make, I have to construct it in a way. It's like regardless if I wanted like my family wanted me to come for dinner or something, like my dad invited me for dinner or something, and then I still have to think about making a goddamn video. Like I can't. I'm sitting there. I can't play video games normally because I'm sitting there thinking about how I can like there's gonna be a cool moment I should capture it. Like everything can be content and it fucking sucks. Like it's like you make cool stuff because you want to make it, not because you constantly think that every single thing can capture someone's attention. And that's what really sucks about YouTube nowadays. Everything's trying to capture your attention regardless. It's like even if the videos like some of the videos don't even have points, it's just to capture your attention, and that fucking sucks, man. It really fucking sucks. And so I don't know, this video's gone on for a really long time and I think the time's about to run out, but all I can say is that thank you to everyone that has supported BTG, supported us. You guys made my life so much better, even though I've been saying all this bad shit. I can look back on this and say I did cool shit with my friends. I did cool shit at conventions. I got invited somewhere. I got to make a difference in someone's life. I made someone happy just by being myself. And I didn't realize that until it took me like 10 years to realize that. But that's what my legacy is here. That's what... Man, I don't usually cry. It sucks. I'm not... It really takes a lot for me to cry. It's just how I am. So I'm not going to cry in this video. But I think that would be like the icing on the cake because, you know, that's how YouTube works. But all I just wanted to say is that thank you to everyone. Just thank you. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry I couldn't live up to your expectations. And I'm sorry that I can't make the stuff that you want to see all the time. Because it's just who I am as a person always feels like I'm not doing enough. I always feel like I've never done enough. I feel like I've just never, I'm not enough for myself, for a lot of people. And every time I feel like I'm making so many mistakes. And I just try. I just push through and just try. Keep trying because that's all you can do. So, I guess this is where I end it. But, you know, maybe one day I'll come back. But I've got to fix a lot in my life before that ever happens again. Because I am very unhappy with my life right now. But I'm very happy for what I did with BTG.